What's up, guys? This is Caleb Veer. Welcome to Ancient Bloodline of Light. Now, we're on a topic today about the labels of alpha and beta. Now, there's so many misconceptions about these labels, which labeling is really pointless, and it truly is. Like, a lot of people um, have these expectations when they look at somebody and they consider them as alpha or beta based on like their ability to do things. Now, not everybody can do something. Not everybody is good at something. Someone who you may consider as alpha may not be good at this thing. And there's someone else's perspective. They may consider them as, oh, well, this person is freaking beta, or someone who may be big and tough and strong, who may have like a breakdown because maybe deep down they're dealing with anxiety because you don't know what someone's personally dealing with, regardless of how they perceive them, how they look on the outside. Then okay, so if there was a situation where people were like maybe in the bank or whatnot, people probably would expect this person to be super strong and whatnot, like emotionally, mentally, and but maybe they have a breakdown because maybe there's a PTSD that they're dealing with, and then people gonna be like, oh well, he's fucking beta, he's weak, or women like have these expectations of men who are really tall, have a deep voice, and they expect them to be all alpha, or even men will expect someone to be all macho and whatnot, and then they look up to them. But no, all these labels are just ridiculous and all twisted all around based on what they see on TV and such, and society just needs to learn how to grow from that. Now, here's the thing. No, it's not about being all macho and shit and always being mentally and emotionally have it together. Now, I'll go deeper in this. Alpha is really about the frequency, the brainwaves. It's in that wavelength, you are very calm, you are well grounded. Anything pops up to you like a scare in a movie, like in a horror movie, it's not gonna shake you because you're in that calm, relaxed state. Now, beta is like you're just all over the place, like have ADHD. Now, just because if you someone have ADHD doesn't mean that you can't get into the alpha frequency, that wavelength. Um, like I have it, and I can be so calm, and nothing really just shakes me too much. And even if you're someone who don't have it and can easily get into that the alpha frequency, at times, well, situations you still get scared of something. You know, everybody is scared of something or whatnot. Now, so many of these labels have so many misconceptions, like I said. So, in this brainwashed, matrix, egotistical society, they consider it as alpha. Oh, someone who's tall, deep voice, super strong, macho. Blah, blah, blah. No, it's not all about that. Or someone who get all the women chasing after them or whatnot. Nah, it's not really all about that. And be it someone who don't get the women and all this shit, beat down, rejected, even talk down on by their family members and on that shit, and or someone who's gonna chase after women, or just because they have female friends they hang out with, whatnot, or not addicted about sex, but just really just you just want to be friends. Oh, they're considered beta, and it's just all this stuff that is just thrown at people left and right in this society based on these labels. Now, everybody has the ability to do something, and everybody has the ability to not do something. We all can learn and grow. And it's like, why did you want to like beat someone down based on how you perceive them when you could just lift someone up? You know, I've met many people who I would have considered as alpha, alpha when I was younger, and it turned out they were someone who was just so sensitive. And this is before I was like all aware of some stuff. There was someone who was so sensitive that I felt like I needed to be fragile with them, that I just want to like just hug them and make sure they're okay. You know, it's all these labels that like just change so much shit. And you know, when you actually get to know people, it doesn't matter they have a car, they have their own place, maybe they still live in their own their mom or something. Like fuck, man. Like all these labels just cause so much like limitless within all of us, within our psyches, how we interact with each other in society, how we treat each other. Instead, we can just like do better. Like we need to move beyond the labels. Now, some people will probably consider someone who goes thinks for themselves, who are conscious, don't want to follow herd. Someone like myself as Sigma, they call this like a new thing. Well, Sigma, I want to quote unquote because like you know it's all labels and I want to go beyond labels, but I'm just making a point here. Sigma's been around for a very long time. Okay, so yeah, there's someone who think for themselves, who don't want to follow the herd, just want to be them. you know, sometimes maybe the Sigma and Alpha may clash because the Alpha likes to be the leader and, you know, say, you know, what we're gonna do, this is what we're gonna do, this and that, and the Sigma just wants to be like, they just deeply feel being true to themselves that I don't want to do that. I want to like do this. I want to do this my way. Not to be arrogant, but I want to like do this. I feel more comfortable doing like this, and be their own leaders. Maybe consider that as somebody who just want to like start their own business, and then when they're stable enough, then they can just up and leave that business that they're working for someone else. You know, they do their own thing. You know, and that's great. You know, um, sadly, not just these gold digging daddy issues women do this to men who they may think of as beta, they also do it to women. I mean, you see all the time women like to challenge each other and beat each other down, and just it's just competition, and it's competition with men, like those who think they're all macho, and just because they see someone who may be less than them or shorter than them, then all of a sudden like they want to walk over them, but the next thing you know, that person who's shorter probably is within a mob family, and then they get they don't really know them personally. They don't know like that. Some people can look at me and based on my demeanor, you know, a lot of people look up to me. A lot of people want to talk to me. Even dudes who are older than me who seem like they have it all and who have their own place up in their suburbs or whatnot want to like just talk to me like I'm like their friend for a very long time, and I'm totally okay with that. I'm an introvert, but I'm totally okay with having a conversation with somebody, and it's pretty cool. So, it's just like we need to understand that regardless if you're like say like you're in a relationship, just because you have a moment of maybe an emotional breakdown doesn't mean you need to think of your man as weak. Doesn't mean that you need to lose attraction for them. Maybe that's something that you just really understand within them and yourself to help, not beat them down and be like, okay, I'm gonna have attraction to this person because like this is a turn off. Bleh. Well, I would say you're pretty fucked up. Or if they were to lose a lot of money or something, or like if you're not gonna stick with them, lose attraction, and then gain traction with someone else, it's because of this ridiculous biology that's just natural. You probably obviously can't change it. Maybe hypogamy. Then I would say he's better off without you, or her, because like even other women do it to other women if they're in a relationship with each other. So now for guys, it could be the same thing with men too. You know, they could even lose some attraction over a certain thing about a woman, and it's like you gotta suck it up. You gotta help them. If you really care, really love them, don't fucking like mess around behind their back just because one little thing is a turn off or whatnot. Work it out with them. Have an understanding of each other. Have an understanding of within yourself, because that could be something within yourself that you're judging. And yeah, I mean, but if it's like you're in an abusive relationship, this person's toxic, and that's a whole other story, then just walk away. But I would say like somebody does lose their attraction to you over one little thing and then get that attraction to somebody else and whatnot, then I would say that's pretty fucking toxic. You do you, you know your value, your worth, and just fucking walk away. You know, just because they, and I'm just saying this also to myself, not just you guys. This is something that I need to like help me heal as well. So right now, this is also what I'm about to say is also a healing moment for myself too, that I need to work on also. Just because somebody loses attraction to you over one little thing and whatnot, just because, or if you're just different from everyone else, and maybe you're overly hyper, you could be a joker sometimes, goofy, because you enjoy the moment, you enjoy life and whatnot. People may not take you serious because they want to like label you as a beta, just because you can be a goofball at times or whatnot, or that ADHD kicks in. That doesn't mean shit. What's more important is that you love yourself. You're much better than them. You don't have to let them like keep you down and then beat you down just because they don't like aspects of yourself. Just fucking live life. If they want to be stuck up and then like, you know, be assholes and not accept you for you, and just because you know how to enjoy the moment, cool, well, so be it. Just move on, because you know you're much better than that. Or just because if you don't have a certain material thing, which this is much more fucking more than materialism. Like, we're spiritual beings, we're just in this material life. They want to like worry about material shit, or be fucking gold diggers, or people don't want to be friends with you just because how do you dress or the type of music you listen to, or what, or well, they suck. they they don't, they're afraid to know themselves. They're afraid to be alone by themselves, get to know themselves. They're afraid to be in quarantine and get to know themselves and look within. They're afraid to show up to a movie theater or the mall by themselves and just enjoy the moment and be alone and just be out in nature and just be, and it's whatever. Continue being you, continue enjoying your life, continue doing what you love, continue being alone and write. Listen to music, listen to whoever your favorite band is, whoever. Interact with the best people who actually do appreciate you and who actually will give you that equal give and take, who actually does not take you for granted and who don't forget what you've done for them. Not that you're the kind of person who expect everything in return. Because you can definitely love unconditionally and deserve that, and you can definitely get that unconditional love from yourself. Always forget that, no matter what type of love you get for anyone. Remember that having that love for yourself is very, very important, because it will always be there, and it will always be more important than what anyone else can give you, because at least it's genuine and it's real, and at least it won't walk away from you. At least it won't go to someone else. And yeah, just keep your head up. Don't care about what people label you as or how they see you, just because if you go through like a certain thing, or it has to do with finances or whatnot, or what some people just deal with some shit and they project it onto you because they're too chicken shit to face it themselves, and then people just end up beating the shit out of each other verbally, eating emotionally, abuse, and psychologically, and society. And it's a sad chain reaction. And so we create a positive chain reaction by uplifting each other's and accepting each other and have an understanding. Having an understanding is having that connection to God, because you are, having an understanding corresponds to a healthy crown chakra, because that chakra comes from understanding. You're connected to everybody because we came from the same source. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Peace.